just start with, I don't care hard to read the stats, but I'll just start with, I'm really proud of our ball club. You know, I think two really good basketball teams played tonight, two really good teams. Okay, two teams that should be competing at the highest level like we were tonight. So we competed, we battled. There's so many things that we have that we can learn from. You know, I told the team I didn't really expect us to go 35-0 this year. Maybe now we'll go 34-1. No, I'm kidding. But honestly, like at some point, we were going to lose a game, and Stanford is one of the best teams in America, not just this year, but every year. They're well coached, they're tough, they're disciplined, they're everything a good college basketball team should be. I believe that we also are everything a good college basketball team should be. We're tough, we're fearless, we compete on every single possession, up 20, down 10. Okay, we compete, and I'm unbelievably proud of our team today.
Coach Patrick Saunders, Denver Post. You came out so tenacious. You forced, I think, 13 turnovers in the first quarter or something. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like if you guys could have drained a few of those threes, then maybe you would have buried them early and maybe put them out of reach despite how good they are?
Yeah, I don't know that anybody puts Stanford out of reach ever. I mean, they have a roster full of five-star All-Americans that have, you know, I think I read today they returned 90% of their offensive production from the national championship team. And so nobody really puts them away, but certainly would have made things easier, you know, for us if we had just hit one or two. 27 threes is way too many for our team, but we don't typically, you know, players that really shoot high percentage threes just didn't hit tonight, you know, and that's just the way it goes sometimes.
So going off of that, the threes, do you feel like your team settled for threes too much in that fourth quarter?
Yes.
Early on?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I thought there were times that we, and then late when we needed them, we didn't want to take them. But yeah, I think we needed to be able to run better, more action, more movement, you know, early in the fourth quarter. Yeah.
Henry Chisholm, DMVR. Quay, you said earlier this week that it felt like kind of just another week of practice leading up to a game against the number 2 team in the country. After getting out there and kind of seeing the environment and playing a physical game, like, did it feel any different than a normal game going up against Stanford?
I would say that we went into practice this week like any other week, preparing to play. It wasn't, I don't typically look into the stands, or like, I'm just out there playing. So there wasn't any difference really. It was a tough game, but I approached it like any other game. So.
Coach, what's the status of Jolene?
Yeah, Jay. Yeah, I mean, we will expect everyone to play, you know, Tuesday, or is it Monday? It's Monday, yeah. Man, the games come really quickly, but we've got a great trainer and great people that will be taking care of her, and she'll rest and recover and be ready to go.
Was it the knee or the ankle?
I don't know, actually. It was a very hard hit, I will say that. And she got hit hard and went down hard. But it was a physical game, so, you know, and Jalen's also a physical player, so no fault there, but yeah, she'll be fine.
Jack Carlo, Buffalo's Wire. Just after last year, obviously playing without fans, could you just speak to what the atmosphere was like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you can speak to it. You played with no fans last year.
It was just ecstatic, you know. Like last year, it was very quiet, and we had to create our own energy. But it was really nice to see, you know, the Buff Nation show out and support us. Yeah, like I said, it was ecstatic. I've never played in that environment here, so it was really nice. And I hope that the Buff Nation continues to support us, because this one game doesn't define who we are. Right. This loss.
Justin Guerrero with Rivals. Coach, for you, I know certainly you don't want to make a moral victory out of this game, but is there any appreciation on your part, just looking more bigger picture with how close these games have been over the last few years, that you are closing the gap with one of the best programs in the nation, and you guys are proving that you can trade blows with a program like Stanford?
Yeah, I definitely think that. I am not one for moral victories. I am always, you know, looking for things that we did well, and there will be a slew of things that we did well tonight. There also will be a lot of things that we need to learn from, you know, and grow. But I believe that we are also one of those teams, you know, and so I love the fact that we're extremely competitive with number 2 in the country, and you know, I think they also are probably happy that they're competitive with number 22, you know, in the country. So again, 2 good teams that really battled tonight.
Mine's for both Peanut and Quay, whoever wants to start first. But do you think that this was a measuring stick type of game, and you know, in this good kind of loss, if you want to put it that way, how do you think you kind of measured up in this game?
I just think it just shows how good we are as a defensive team. We came out hot. We were doing our roles. Everyone was guarding who they guard. They knew the scout. And it just shows that we can be one of the best defenders in the country. And, yeah, that's what I felt like this loss was to us. It just showed that we can defend anybody.
For me, I don't really take any L as a good one. I think that there's a lot of lessons that could be learned, but yeah, I don't know. I just really wanted to get this for my teammates and my coaching staff. It's a hard loss, especially because we have the potential to beat a number 2 team, and we're just getting better day by day, but it's a hard L.
Coy, it was a tough night offensively for you guys, but you got in there and provided a pretty good spark. Can you talk about your game offensively and especially hitting a couple big threes tonight?
Yeah, I think my teammates noticed that I was hot, and they just kept looking for me. They do that every night, whether I'm hot or cold. They look for me. They set me in positions to take great shots, and that's what they did for me tonight.
Dan Anderson with Pac-12 Network. Peanut, I was going to ask, Coach talked about the veteran, the defense. Not anything different now, but just everybody's kind of bought in and has been here. Just kind of the veteran presence of this team. There's a basket you hit, kind of a mid-ranger, late in the fourth. I noticed that everything was frantic, and you slowed down the way you took that shot, like this calm, or you hit the little shot. And it stood out. I was just curious, for you now, where you're at in your career compared to when you first got here, how do these games feel? What's the difference now to when you think back to when these games felt to you 3 years ago?
I just think with experience and, my teammates trusting in me to knock that down, that freshman year, and let me tell you, that was rough. I did not know the ins and out, but, as a veteran, as a senior upperclassman, I know the ins and out of offense. I know my teammates' strengths and their weaknesses, so I play very well off my teammates, and I just think I carry myself. Sorry.
You're good. And Pina is the one to keep everyone calm during the storm. She's typically the one that keeps me calm. The post group everyone's close, but the post, we know how to take each other, get each other going. Pina, I know she has a big impact on my game, and she helps me when I'm messing up. Quay, just relax, calm down. You're built for this, and that's just the type of teammate Peanut is. So I think that's why she has that maturity level enough to bring herself at ease during frantic times in the game.
Coach, there's currently 46 girls from Colorado that are playing Division I basketball. What do you think that number means to littler girls in the state who are growing up in gyms and hoping to do the same thing?
Yeah, that's such a great question. A game like tonight, when there's a bunch of Colorado players, born and bred Colorado players, on the floor competing at the very highest level of amateur basketball in the entire world, I think that's incredible. My daughters don't play, they play other sports, but my 9-year-old said, I was on the edge of my seat the entire game, so it's a beautiful thing for young Colorado kids to see these strong, beautiful, confident, athletic women that are out there competing, and they're tough and fearless and all those things. I think it's just awesome.
What does it take to get them to come to see you instead of going out of state?
Yeah, well, we've gotten 2 in the last couple of years, but I think it takes games like this. It takes, a team like this who's doing what we're doing, and we are one of the better teams in the country, and I think people are starting to know that.
Coach, I was asking Coy about her offense tonight, and I know you guys are way more than one player.
Yeah.
But when she went out with her 4th foul, she only played 80 seconds the rest of the game. It really changed, it seemed.
Yeah.
What changed from your perspective that Stanford seemed to take advantage of her not being
Yeah,
out?
well, I don't know if it was offensively or defensively that it really flipped. We have a really nice rotation with the 3 of them. There's kind of a rhythm to the rotations, and so that threw sort of just a monkey wrench in our natural rhythm in the way that we play. Peanut and Maya filled the bulk of those minutes, and they did a great job with their effort and all of that. But I think it was a little bit disjointed for us.
Peanut, if you're comfortable answering a question, can you bring me into what the locker room was like after it? I Do you
Yeah.
have anything to say to the team?
I was on the radio, but I talked to Sela, and she was just, as a veteran president, you needed to talk positively. This game isn't going to define us. And what Sela told me, she said is, win or lose, I'm proud of this team. Because, we showed out today. It was a battle, and I said in the beginning of the game that we're going to war. This is war. And, I'm just incredibly proud of how we came out from top to bottom, from the first person all the way down to the 15th person. We came out as a team, and we're going to stay as a team throughout this course,
Last one. Kind of the same question for Coach. Just what do you tell your team after a game like this, especially with Oregon State coming up quick on Monday?
Yeah, I actually told them the same thing when we beat UCLA on Sunday. You have to have a short memory in this conference because every team you play is very good and very tough, and it'll be a battle. Whether they're in first place or they're in last place, it's going to be a really tough matchup. So we have a great Oregon State opponent, coming up in just a couple of days, and we definitely will learn from our mistakes tonight. We also will learn from the good things we did. We do highlights and lowlights of every single game we play, so we learn from the good things. We also learn from the not so good things. And we will continue to become a better basketball team. All right, thank you guys for being
Thank
here.
you.